is Boadu TV. Truth and integrity.
Say NPP for suman crofone na montri so ono mu di nkoba no mo abusa unim se samre ku betimi asi NDC ni NPP there is difference. So difference they say you allow lawlessness to go on. What about them? What Jimmy?
Who did say Kufado way do see way onu ye nipa do Mahama de onu nya nipa
Kwabena Ansah Bobie one in squad no list wo ene your friend say honto eja ma to no Ansah Bobie de o say chese Kufado no e Afenyo no my lucky NPP lucky o anka de my young man umukra de nke ka demonstration ensese kom ben ho kra na so montefo de my young man nyina chi person mo demonstration de frustrate aban no na wo Afenyo okoba asum okubo bi asum Afenyo makin okubo bi asum
Say obi betwam e wo Jubilee House. Say demonstrators befoul. Enya unlawful. There is nothing illegal about that. And NPP in opposition, still I will be answer. I will insist there is nothing illegal about that. In the Saka chairman say, oh, you're resetting. And your man illegality no today. And you make sure that those illegal acts from the government will not be repeated. I'll go with you. I will agree. But slapping a policeman is illegal. It's criminal. And this all catch them say you are doing resetting. Resetting, they say anybody can slap a policeman and go scot-free. You are a fool. You are stupid. You are a stupid person to tell me that. Between Oni Abua and Sunsria Bianim, just say, would be who Yansa Tia Bianisha Wanum. Asa? What do you mean? What do you mean? If something is illegal, I'm not sure so Obibo police near illegal for him to be dealt with. And illegal. So Obi Ekochem demonstrators Ekochem Jubilee House or march around Jubilee House. Even with MPP time, MPP opposition, I would disagree for NDC to stop them. Though they did to Ghanaians. Wouldn't mean only say a covered 8 years. Wouldn't mean yet demonstration for 37. Yeah, you don't cross 37. Even if you anymore arise Ghana, your first demonstration problem omni enya your first. I said na you become when if you anymore and san ya kwakwa fa your friend say Kimbuo e de akwa fa parliament ababa be pie Jubilee House. No ye no kromo so mo ntiase. Eni kwa say demonstrators efa akufa do fie anymore wonima because near person almost see fie ani nkyere Accra Central. Yes, you ever see you buba and say yes. But meaning that and see that say MPP what power and any NDC leader in parliament will slap a policeman and go scot-free. No way. I don't want none fear ensida within 3 months Salam way at the radio so at the TV so catch this for say they will make sure Ghana becomes ungovernable. NPP we need 2017 for 1 year. Na end this in Timin Kasa Ukruma for 1 year. Even ye group no, a big Ghanaian, NDC leadership bebre kadem. It took us that time. Enana muntie FM no. It took us, myself, Listowa, na Saturn Honto na a host right? Emsena a Honto, and a host to Kwajoya Boa, a Charles McCarthy, na Mugabe de Wadum, Ukobo mwa be 1 year, Ansah Bobie. And these leaders need to break them. From 2017, later, Anna Samijemfi, Ebeka ho, no munya enyino as a national communication officer. Later on also ETC mu, and that was where NDC discovered him. You know but the core NDC leadership no more academ. Well, Ubia Kashi. Okay, almost say my anka. But I don't know. Ebusuya su. Ebusuya. 2 political parties, no. Tribal marks. Yeah, Ebinumi are timid, and they are afraid of the others, and they respect them. They seek validation from them. Wouldn't say NDC need 2 party. That's why my NPP for Mahama just any party in yet. Some people for Konoma find this in anka Mohua on feel good. They always seek validation from their accounts. Yeah. A common qua, they look so timid. They can't do anything. When it comes like you use a green fine idea, a kaba. When you bugabugasemu, and you bugabugasem, Nenka 3-4 months we know, and Kakwayanke Nipadi NPP for a fasono, and it will never cross their mind. Then Campesa Bedru say Afenyo marking Ebeshi police ni assume. It will never. They are lucky. Afenyo ni NPP for any John Boadu, they are lucky. And that is why where they have faced Kofi Boachino, I have never wanted to talk about this. Just a name quantity and then me person may jumano. Cause one hand makoka de yanka. Why you lucky? MPP for you lucky. They are lucky. They are damn lucky. We don't yame. A fabe be born 3 months, 4 months. Me see come more my dream second then come be see abontin. Today. Can people see abontin? It will never cross their mind. Then campese. Waba be you unsa ashe eye police ni asum. Boom. Wash na asum. And you are so happy. No match go Supreme Court. Say me budain at to form. Ya say nipa no ani di agro no obuwa. You will not do that. NDC for 1 year. For 1 year. And this is yenja omuna omu embu omaino. We need to give them space. Any partner need diagron ombu. Opesa forso wa mani bu. Ombu. Any partner need diagron ombu. You want to still force yourself say ombu. Why? When a person show you disrespect, show him tenfold. 10, 20, 30 fold. That is where the person will sit down. That no. And I know Gabi or Tedako Frere will be a NDC the only dim coma. A says NDC for cry and now for another and anime contocracy. Nti nipa no ono ya de na so hunu say as a adwene no nsiso a at any given opportunity na odidi watem me friends but na mentim ne ma bebre ase within this 3-4 months I come to understand everything say ma tibi bia ase nti o kasatia Afenyo tomorrow you become his enemy, then he has his friends going. Now when your problem the mighty minority ebe bo mo abaso kwa me ka say friends Stevie Amo there no. And I heard Stevie Amo say, "Oh no, ma John Mahama warning." Oh, bloody Nyankopo. Stevie, why lucky oh? Why lucky? Why lucky? Nah, a fabone. Afa boy be bonny pa. Because I dare no one patrim say kwaya de mba faso okroma. Mesin kensi mu enke man people trimu da. Say nepa on besi abontin. Allah. Today Afenyo kenipa be ye na dia ma Afenyo me say enke be politics be funu no. Because me NPP 8 years me famfa me say ankoto obi a bianim no aka say uye me say ya me so me ka say the abo omo so no omo yi kipo BNI na Afenyo aba is that Afenyo one of the NPP leadership kipo a omo yi na ye nwanwa pa say ono na yesa na no mu nipa no mu ni yese ni say before no betimi atrex enkrofo me omo ye ne ma o. Sometimes it gives you that idea like okay so salam hey NPP winning who dare you so be ka tell Kufuado say Ghana will be ungovernable. And you see, when him at the cry koso, media me who be paying. On to be nyashi, on to be nyashi, on to be nyashi. Some of us, 2016, NDC air co opposition, no, na yo ye ni me at the crazy ye. 3rd month, yes, swear at in 2008 and 9 January March 15th and then the NPP here almost first press conference one time say ya almost start on first almost to me a year consistent with Dede Sayakum mails kum meals we are no 10 years to John Mahama. Say your president Becca no Korea. That time some of us near we have access to him. We kept on telling him that chief and we know how they operate. Oh, they can't do anything. Leave them. That time, the late Ativo on your main for the currency. Now you see radio station who Global FM. Now me nene Ativo be hey madam. The way I'm sure they are finished. They are killing themselves. Oh, leave them. And the NDC co opposition 2016. Some of us near we saw it. And we can see shadows at play. Jato anyafe. Oh, Jato anyafe. Jato anyafe. I see in Ghana history. Onyashe. Oh, Jano. On to me, Yashi, Jano. On to me, Yashi, Jano, on to me, Yashi, in our pine. Wouldn't Mr. Menoka say NPP for Suman Crofon and Montriso, Ono Mudim Comano Mabusao, Wouldn't say Samre a Kubet Miesi. I don't know what one encounters are among common Ibino. You understand this? Says and come on with Dino Crumpa, no. Uno Mudim Coma. And William say Kubet Miesi. They said your man you quaid. They said your man you quaid. Sometimes I get sad. The 57% na enya kwa o. The 57% na enya kwa. Na enya joke. Enya joke. Enya say na Ghana for ebia there be enya joke. Afenyo be yin Ansah Bobie police ni asum and throwing his weight around. Yeah. On kwaya judge question. Omo fa so train ase. Ye de ani bre. And a call your friend say Asin North, right? Ye de ani bre. Na kwa Asin North. Kwame, I'm telling you, myself, minimum biya there. I know about Lisowa, I know about Honto. And as I also mean, come as someone, not a single NDC leadership ne yi one city. Say Bobie mo ko Asin North. Ye de ani brother sisa ye niema ebni ye backs boy ye chi. We share chief by na busa no. Ye ko tren krom wo be 1 week meboa ansa na abato na eba so. Na ye go krom ho ye kwae no Central Regional Chairman. Ye ko ni fie once. Se na dokro no ayo sadie yo. Me dig dokro. Obia nim kwae fa so tren krom ho 1 week o. We stayed there, we fought hard. Omunya jachi question, kwaye omdi jachi question fa so no. Unim sakasa ni et bebre ya, ombese da na police were invite Afenyo. Si atra na no asem, eno anu no. We know the end game. But Afenyo, why are lucky? Samia oku ya bu nna nyame ase muni munsa wohoro munna nyame ase munda nyame ase pa nyame agemo Esan se minim dachi asem ntino eya na me nka dachi asem but I don't want to go back to the videos. Ebema me home at more. Me home bet more. Akwabi ya see a friend coca who said there say police ni bi ono demonstrate ono be bu police ni no. E bradi nyankopon. E bradi nyankopon. What do you fear? Anybody, whatever it is, why not you say obegu anymore? What do you fear? No, what do you fear? What do you fear? NPP. NPP a party is so strong. Gwenum. Ayla ilala. Say coca or no coca. Me share video no ba kubi. E ho na me say dum no because na me ho wo so. Obabu police ni bi obabu bono. Yeah. Ya kwa rise Ghana. Unim the police for the boy. Boba. Boba den no mo hata no. Ya no mo de boy. Former President Rollins Kasimbi was when the enemy pulls a gun and you pull a gun. That is where you sit down and talk about peace. Afenyo marking, Pasiawi. This foolish boy, Afenyo marking. This foolish boy. Bibi anyame tansa oni ndisi ni dia gross Afenyo marking di owosika o. Owosika so what? Pasiawi, Pasiaboy we. Say society na ye you know pesca. Yeah. Everywhere. The society na ye you know pesca. You know pesca. So people don't care even to sleep with snakes and crocodiles. If only it's about money. Why you know when you be a ye kwa unkobi. Mami nsusunka na akɔfa asɛm amrɛ me sɛ nɛ wane wabɔ police ni asom afa ne ho adi next time onya president no a ɔbɛhwe da som wodɔmbɛ next time ɛnneɛma bi ɔmbɛyɛ no parliament akyerɛ president Mahama mobɛhu. You will see. Because so omo yano baku mienu. Bedru ho. Oh Maria Adam bedru ho. Ubonsa Mahama nam Ombesari say Mankrofo apare na bo. They did it in 2015-2016. What do you obehu? Omo kekaba. What do you obehu? Yesi obi akoto dia ya aduane ani nsuo dia bre galamsey odamu say 2 weeks galamsey demonstrators yes obi akoto nsuo di ebre omo e wa NPP ni adwene mu no ye no eye illegal wude duji ja omo ye on krofo ni bi wa omo ba omo agimi ntino o send the text no say jimi ni na aba ha say you just ignore the person one catch say obi ebo police ni asumu a na say wugya na ye na che say all reset Ghana wajimi wodwene sa dia wajimi complete oni aboa me say oni aboa ensunsun ye bia nim ai ya NDC ni NPP there is difference. So difference, they say you allow lawlessness to go on. What about them? What Jimmy? Because what boy almost say who did you obi atem? What boy say adia obi na you so obema minimum aye ungovernable. What Jimmy? You are too stupid. You are too stupid to allow somebody to do this. We talked about lawlessness. No video no there. You see the more who share video no, and it's the cows and wine. Omo one in omo ma. Now what's the country? Your mama jina pa say yes. Your mama ni a wo sticker wo. Hey, now, before we need power, 4 months, me say, Afenyo, no more the suit trim crow for few. Who fear no more ba, near Bebo Keke. Me on 2 occasions, and on before me free fee. What that? Me government appointee that. Me NDC 8 years or mudi me knew wasam. I don't know what happened. But the mere fact that you are even leading. But well, any day. Anyway, let me leave it. Let me leave it. Dabai na 120 days na ebeso no. 13. Thursday na ebeso. But my own nice figures we are so part of our dollar rate in to say mame. So now it's 13.89. 13.89. That is the dollar rate. Never BOG Penino a picture no to a mammy. And any birthday. So Ora Johnson Siama, right? Ora Johnson Siama. And any birthday. All right. Now, I'm going to say, you know, so no, so I Ora Johnson Siama a birthday, and on behalf of Class Media Group, Accra FM, Class FM, CTV, Ho TV, Sunyani FM, Takrade FM, Yemani Trinkwa, Yemana Yiku, Yemani Trinkwa, Yemana Yiku. Tiene Bibia, Resi Amatimen Cabiano. We wish you happy birthday. We wish you good health and a peaceful home. Tisa say, Kwame, dollar ya say NPP for no say Mahama cause financial loss to the state other ya omu nuan me wa bru chiri say so send this guy no so omu say no so and I think fu no for fu no so to my we just hope say Sebita fracture and yet artificial figures being here after 1 month, 2 months. Na a Jeffrey Ghana for him. Your bumpire say Ora Johnson Siama Eddie say ya beko. Now Ome Chessica and for my NDC for any without an encore a year parliament. Ha, sir. For criminal no our friend say Addison Addison na Addison with timi atweska na omwadi omwia no mo are writing off aye debt kwa nti you are writing off no mo we are just hoping. So today we are doing 13.89 to $1 to $1 and I get the phone which means you can't care so much send be breed the kofani mano say no eba form and the CD is appreciating and I make us say your bumpire say bibia metin faso you who say IMF for mama warnings be or mama signals be we don't know how best. Yeah, bind a bit me a hold it. Yes, sir. And in fact, today, we any success and case ye di home come. Yeah, we any success and case ye di home come. But we have allowed them to do the narrative. What do you say? We have allowed them to lead the narrative in the baby amono peno mpacho they say this I say 13.99 and a petrol say 12.99. Why is that oil? Why? Anyway so Osha a year fuela. We have daily exchange rates here. Then fuel because baby I'm calling a boy. Yeah, baby I'm calling a boy. So last week me okay, so fuel prices dropped for the 5th consecutive time in latest pricing window. Last week na me wo figures no. I was saying this week so no nyame adom esai echo from kama. Nyame adom esai echo from but my enko dia yefu no nkomo embra ne enko bu say no so ho asem. Obviously when the city is appreciating, showing strength, according to omunim de no say enya nsunsuanso papa ewo ye fanwo eso enya sa enya nsunsuanso papa wo ye fanwo ejumadi ense ho. But then we should just ask what is happening. Yam say no so na me hu say market price no world market no the crude oil now by $63 per barrel. If say figures no writer ma mene minua Duncan Amwa enkonkodia gro enkomo on a penny order a year COPEC ano Mika COPEC a Chamber of Petroleum Consumers. Minia akwaba.
Minia mamenchia with you for so enumerate.
Na me pacho quick one me who be binra minim se sana etia say no fango crude oil no $63 per barrel. Is that right?
Amanda, no problem.
Figure near right.
Yeah, figure near right. 63,
but
it came to 61.
Na previously na say
it was around 73 to 78. That was our range.
Okay, so quick one, straight to the point. Now, you asem day in and day out for the past 2 weeks. You say, "Oh, na aja, Muhammad Yaba, self you no air form, and I'm out for any aje. Is that something we should expect for quite a long time? And I say we know just for shade keke. And I'm basa. What is the government doing? It's so different from before.
Commander, no cray woman no. Menim baby at 2,000 a doctor, PhD, KCL or what, but only a year the Bank of Ghana governor. They seem to have the economy within their grips or grasp. Into things are looking okay as it stands. CD no, none exchange, and then 16.8, 16.6. As I speak with you, Interbank Eco 13.9 and 14.1. You see, and no any some significant gain with the city. International market has also been very good. In fact, offer petrol now and then around $830, $850 a metric, and then a number 590, 570 a year. Again, offer diesel. There were times there across it 900, 930, 910, and then also the number 640, 650, and also here. Thirdly, your kind budget are buying alpha a tour for a petrol. Although Nancy Obekaya, me no new penny Muntaka, honorable minister, Eja. Do on the course on an anchor, I think I am at 20 and count petrol. We disagreed. Respectfully, we should not be in a hurry to pack or load taxes on fuel.
Okay.
Because the fuel no a coolia. And now on my move cooling kakran, but said and 10 times are but a coolie. Now the bust and boom pressure now will be from petrol, a boom, sorry, a juada tumu, a fiada chain, meminida near the Agio public holiday, and near the 20 pressures are better so. You are not getting that effect now. The contrary is what is happening currently. And that pressure now economy ni anka petrol sorry a better costro na drag the price of goods and services any BBR upwards, There seems to be some reversal, and I think that the handlers of the economy seem to have a complete grasp on the indicators, Obekaya now you will be quite unsure. 9 days, you may be normally a year, at least between January and March. Dear, we were contemplating the now finance minister, to a point now T-bill rate, then I'm 28, and then I'm 14. Now you drink say 9-day wonder, but may muna yedri commander.
But say, when you sure say one day it will come back and bite our economy.
Commander, she said yes, the handlers, particularly Dr. Isiama, particularly KCL Atofos and Omutu knows a PhD for it. Aji yensaka omo. Aji yete the alternate cost to the economic gains now omo recorded now no. Until say yete be asikebi and omakotam no omo the abigu system anymore, but it will come back no. Obi eminyante bibia so as an observer and an industry watcher no, there was pessimism. Say hey. Na the baby na CD a free area 16.8 about 16.5 about 15.9 or chalebi besan kosoro the yenye enti there are people are not sebe omu dollar na omu kra no ka omu nyemu but and then no there's been a sustained reduction in the cost push for dollar no it is I hear now the compare dollar or krona every day over 16.2 are there 16.3 16.4 no?
Yeah
there's been a reduction sustainably and it's beginning to sound to some of us as though the gentlemen handling the economy now no, have a fair idea what they are doing. We can only pray that Captain now the cooling Ghana's economy experiencing currently, no, as far as fuel prices are concerned, no, we'll continue to see. So the Mekaya, no, I can't budget. Yeah, for tax back anka. Rather, some of the taxes were taken out. So I'm buying to me sustaining the whole say, Commander. I don't see how they will not do well.
Okay, so my member oil industry no more. O share indicators no. Would you say you bet me I enjoy prices work for me? You bet me I enjoy it.
Commander, the answer for me will be just one strategy. For now, no, nyame ayene there. International market price IMP, there been a sustained decline. 2, are buying so I there. In fact, the finance people are all there. And see, we must also see the strategy that is adapted henceforth. Commander, strategy, no, I am discussing deliberate action. Towards fuel on Temoyo refinery have a role to play. Boss have a role to play. Energy ministry have a role to play. Again, BDTs have a role to play. OMTs have a role to play. And our industry watchers would also have a role to play in formulating a sustainable policy. Commander, policy maybe I have discussed on your network. Won't mean a buffer to the boss to be idle at a time like this. Won't mean refinery be to set all idle at a time like this. Crude, I drop it to $63. There's a $1 kakra ultimate crude at least 1 million barrel video benya beto. Abe chinchim.
But
the unya kakra so now so beto be edi abesi e boss ta. Commander, you are just doing what they will call hedging, no? Again, or strategic buffer, no, no. You will be working at it and hopeful, say, you could sorry. Ghana for one can be shame. There's pressure in the Gulf. Now, petrol war, Amanimoso on the international market. We would have had something we can fall on. That is the strategy I'm discussing.
But
but my end na ho emfodi hand enchetra na ye enjoy the windfalls na ye nyende no then ochina obe sorry na Israel and Hezbollah foi and Ramitize Houthi Yemen foi Mr. Obi and Namho.
Yeah.
The moment they come to those press, they will put pressure on maybe about 20% of global output of oil in that region. No? And once demand
again
static and now constant, now supply no is hindered by 20%. No, it is economics.
Is it that
Mami that one?
Is it that for the past 3 months, Tor any boss are they doing well? You don't think you want baby you way now.
Commander, of all truths, ye jai almost the grace period within that 3 months, you know, to put in almost strategies and structures. They are not doing badly, but they are also not adding too much to what you and I are enjoying today. As I speak with you, Boss continues to import and sell. As I speak with you, the refinery has not come back to processing, but the terminal business there, they seem to be doing quite well. Is it all down to terminal business for Boss? Their strategic stock position, no, and then obisa 1 liter every amount. In this kind of strategy, no, one of the things and I'm saying will be to enhance Boss the competitiveness, not only on the market, sport market now,
yeah,
but as far as all store be is also concerned, you know. Because Boss, it's Mr. Obi, a commander. The confidence it gives you and I, you have no idea. The confidence it gives the BDCs, you have no idea. The confidence it gives the OMCs, you would have no idea. So, oh, be crying or Tonwa and Fana or Tony cheaper because on him the pressure crab, Boss can come to their aid.
I see.
And the strategy, we'll need to look at it. That one is very significant, but the gains now I'm making no and your fluke and yes obi and the baby now the economy itself seems to be doing quite well. The numbers don't lie. Again, the fuel pump prices too will not lie. Numbers again the pumps are equally looking favorable for you and I. We can only hope that a better sustaining the home, or we'll put in place a strategy to at least sustain the gains that you're making.
Well, said the kind of and maybe so was say yeah dear Monamu yeah dear you were tree and he said your mum better muafano. And I think say you know yaniji and Friday ni say me call a year work for dia na kakra bi a metoye na share the amount and baby ade me ko ba ya enka no entesa at least me here no na me check here no chese menya be 200-300 bi wachi because be ye fan say 3 months 4 months ago na ese menya be 1,003-1,004 and san ma fill me tank say no 1,000-1,001 can do, which means ma save be 200-300 bia you know so e wait me at polythene bag ahyemenan ama me de ayade enti ye beda mo ase opani nyame hira bebre so ne akasa ne
commander better say na machetie for bio
na demonstration uko bi
commander now yeah demonstrating for the aim
and now we demonstration what
commander for see here
patch you sir but that's it, chief. All right, so that's it. Live at 100.5 Citizen Show. So we are doing. Your friend is saying, fuel, dollar, Asem de Ismaila Idrisi would Eduji ene omo a page ni nyina yemamu nyina akwaba Nana K Pabi yemamu nyina akwaba. So nyame yard by Thursday 120 days of NDC in power, and utie enema yane smart moswe yane smart moswe na pledges enema mbobo so within the first 14 days cabinet ministers very ready na aba no enema no de bebre. And look, me my NPP for omu nyina ka say for the first time a president 120 days is really meaningful. They didn't know omo ye no omu ni ma de kro. They didn't know omo pese Mahama beka ne success story. And that is why and where I think the NDC should devise a strategy. To omo no mo betwe omo no mo betwe wo saa de we hu saa engineer ma wa ye no kra no, then they start create enema GM no ma ye within 20 days no kwa me ehun but also NDC they are always focusing on achievements, but when it comes to political strategy I don't know me 2000 I have stayed with NDC from 2009. Not only staying with them, NDC I am my first political friend that in my life. And me the way omoyema. See kasi enya juma. You can never sit behind a microphone and talk about NDC juma negatively. You can't. Yeah, look, those guys sitting on Adom, Asempa, any other places, Mokasa. Look, sometimes yes, you can understand the pain. You can understand the pain and the frustrations. That one, no two ways. Let's put 120 days down. Pick Akufo-Addo 120 days. They know Akufo-Addo to mean BT. A friend is a John Mahama da. Akufo-Addo Baumia can never beat John and Jane. It's impossible. Look. For YE. For YE. Basinteli. For a friend is Erica Jane on NIP, right? Go to NIP. The recent Ejumera. The apps are my BB. A member for Majuma. And Rasan and Sana Munsebas in Telene, Honorable Minister Muntaka, and the fire service. I think there's an agreement. A year or more day for a year in Pabe say 500. Lord, when ya modular yetrum cut 300 Ghana is 500. Almost form mainstream fire service. Remember, almost form mainstream fire service. When you model, ni akwye a community police, ni man 300 Ghana, 400 Ghana. When you mainstream, I saw it and I was so glad. I was so happy. Yes, it's a kind of mamimbo tomo, but I'm happy. You understand? But all my imagine say, "Oma NDC in come success story." Yes, that is NPP for you, and they have their own strategy. Unfortunately, NDC is watching them, just watching them. No strategy. You need to find a strategy to bury your opponent. Bury him. Finish him. Let's go. Finish him. Oh, Opoko, I do see about correct me. Sorry, 5,000. 5,000. Wow. 5,000. Me who ye Basintele. And I was glad. I didn't think I'm an inje. esi mani je because enye se me bottom nko aye da na kire se oman no aye yie enye se me bottom nko aye da na kire se oman na aye yie and the 120 days chale ow but almost put a strategy in place. Okay, so let's do it. Almost put a strategy in place that we will make sure that untimi anka wasem untimi sell news, and the NDC should take deliberate steps to hold the media. Masa be a radio station ma obiao. Be a radio station ma obia. You can use military thinking to run media. You can use it. It doesn't work. What does the person know? Yes, I've heard of jobs abroad, but I don't have firm grip on the nitty-gritties, the processes and all that. Zachariah, I will check. All these things are there. JM called Tamale. Tamale. Tamale, dear no call lunch here, Nadia. Tamale, dear Nadia. Nasa apprenticeship. You know, so you're under Nepa na Hawaii. Under Hawaii, Malik, right? Osman, they're different. You know, you're the ye, and Ambwa. Okay. Nti orekodo mamene Mira Musa Dankwa, Executive Director Global Research at Global Info Analytics enin komo chama kwa Pacho boko there
Adum.
Good. Chief Weather, Mammy Musa Assembly and Sania. Pacho, who for demonstration in Binebe? Yes, yes, Elbeka home, Amoko, Tinam Castle Kobe.
Oh, that.
Anyway. Nyami Adma Thursday, 120 days of NDC in office. President Mahama and his Vice President Nana Addo Ajiman, Prof. From where you sit, I know that definitely what your findings be ba. Sign us who are buying ko amount for saying our more car. Some more conducted research be figures ben indicators ben amunya.
Yo, baby, I think so far largely so good for government in terms of perception among voters. Also overall direction of the amount of the China is in the right direction.
I'm say baby yeah new penny no one yeah tinning can be a year and I'm saying tinning I could be yourself friends Prince Brown. You are too focused on the NPP, that's your problem. Onimshe what baby Onima de cry AC. Onim ya na ahumeti o. Ya na ahumeti. On tihwe on tibeli full soldier na adwene nye reading ye problem onim how to monitor a system. So okay, this system, this is the temperature. Onima de cry. You know the politicians know without that almost
Yes, Bobby.
okay, so it's better. Pacho yango.
Inti open data about there. If you sat down of course, maybe a nominal, a pound year two, and I said, we did 62% say I feed it, be a nominal a year. 26 say, and yet 11 or 12% say, Omunia doing Massa Persino. Oh, share or more, almost say, Penimbo, no more than it was Mom National Sano. 66%. So mono homody. And 23% say there be on mono homody. Oshe areas of Abina and Casamodin Boa. Almost 76% say very good or excellent in the first 3 months to 4 months of working. Oshe corruption a month for say improve. 56% say it is improving. 14% say is getting worse. 23% say is the same BBS side. OSHA fighting corruption. 59% say yes, Abino air fighting corruption. 26% say there be among fighting corruption and swelling. So OSHA these key areas you can see say they have all moved in the right direction for the government. And then the last but not the least, a perception of corrupt institutions. First, not presidency, parliament, appointees, it was so in other services. But the current survey, police, even though Omudasro, second, immigration, third, the judiciary. Among the bottom pano, ministers and government officials. Among for whom say Afenyo omunya corrupt. Presidency last but three say omunya corrupt. Parliament try last but 6. So the political class, this time, as a omu ranking low in terms of perception of corruption. The question is, can they retain this position for long?
Mamimbusa, what about corruption? So, what about other indicators? But issue about cost of living. Sesiana, you check a dollar rate. Now you better share fuel. But issues with cost of living. More ya wajuma.
You bisa indirect question. You bisa about standard of living. And a measure of broader matrix than just cost of living. If you are cost of living high, but people can still afford to buy things. Into the cost of living a bit of subset of the standard of living. If you say standard of living, 51% say it is improved compared to last year. 14% say higher wage. 30% say NCSI, and 6% say Omni opinion. But what we are doing in our next survey in July, it will be specifically about cost of living.
But Mabunu Kasa, about November. So let me say the last quarter of last year, there was so much agitations in the system. Mabunu unemployment rise. Mo check Mabunu no komodie no almost say for the first quarter.
Across every demography, young, old, people are now optimistic about the future than they have ever been in the past. In fact, if you say, are you optimistic, say, your standard of living will improve in the next 12 months? 65% say yes. They are optimistic it will improve. As I say, or more expectations say, Nema best for the better as the year wears out. That is why they are optimistic. And this is the highest we have seen in the last 4 years.
I see, but among my reasons.
Yeah, there be some reasons. But the point is that So hopefully say mine be a number a crime purpose eventually it will lead to lower cost of living going forward and higher standard of living. And at the time, now even petrol prices and the city was at the highest level we've had it. So going forward, we believe that numbers would improve.
But do you see sustenance in all these indicators?
You have to look at the fundamental and what the government is doing, and other reports are about. Now, the key drivers for foreign exchange stability. Foreign exchange stability affecting price of water.
For example,
tariff,
my example.
So, we share Ghana water. So, almost tariff almost share the element of producing water now foreign currency related. It be almost materials with dollars. Within the pricing mechanism for water, almost foreign exchange. So the higher the foreign exchange, the higher the tariff. The same thing applies to electricity. Almost the power with dollars, kilowatt per cent. If the dollar is higher, the cent per us, to us very high. It means that the next window of pricing, the PRC they use lower exchange rate. Maybe at the time I'm here tariff they 60. On the review they will use maybe 12 or 13. That means the tariff will come down. And most of our imports dollar related. It is a dollar no call for more. It means when they are bringing things to us, they won't bring them at a higher dollar rate. And they affect the cost of living and many other issues. So foreign exchange is very, very important. So almost to stabilize, I think you want to be stabilized.
I see.
And another angle we should look at things is that, budget discipline, higher budget deficit, a weakening currency. If you have a finance minister who is going to kind of be disciplined in the way he finances the government now, it reduces the pressure on the currency. So once he's able to do that, now to meet a liquidity, Nyama Ekoswa Emfata our buying in terms of leakages, I think things will stabilize.
But Ansah Bobie, say America Caribbean Champion won Comora amount for the Russia, Ukraine, blah 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 war, yes, Israel, ne, have for saying and then all of a sudden sound commoner die out and people are now optimistic that the future is bright. Meanwhile, these world battles are still raging, are still going on.
So there are two things we have to mention here and be honest with ourselves. Sometimes, maybe during Ukraine war, now you saw every Ukraine and other parts of the world that are more involved in the conflict. So, you will try to diversify yourself away from those areas. So, be affected now, fertilizer Ukraine and Russia there, look for alternative source because it's a so with time, most countries in the world have been able to find alternative sources. So the Ukraine war is no longer affecting economies as it used to.
And Commoner nya buy neka, and Commoner young Crofona eka. But my membusa our last question, Ansah Nwako. And it does what with the way a binary has started with the 120 days. Thursday, and a year 120 days. Do you see hope?
You see, Bobie, I always try not to speak my mind, but to speak for voters who we've been speaking to over the time. I think voters believe there is hope. When we're talking over the phone, on social media, on TikTok. I mean, people have hope. People are more optimistic. You know, they are worried because of the way the CD is performing. You can't win all battles. But you know, both almost over this kind of bar. Now, I say, you know, and Sophie. But yeah, what happens to be they say it will affect our cost of living. Things will go down. A lot of things could come down. Price of things could come down. Inflation could fall. So for us, I need more hope than worried about the currency is falling. Now you get to let.
Aja, I cry from the citizen show. That's it.
Listen to that.
All right, so that's it. Live on Accra 100.5 Citizen Show. So, you go so I didn't come out, Mammy, and Emma, Hunto Aquaba.
Agra.
Boko there.
The Akani.
Good. Now, what else you say? You to me?
You say, at Ademi Pamia, me the quay ye, and I see go on my main shed and co baby at times me boca. And I'm Pammy. Until my shamandi.
Say no, I say, Quatriqua, a cardon couldn't be a grass and
castle be a woman quay.
Then yes, I know, Parker.
And castle be a moving quay, name mum. So be my man and a papa, a mistake where you move. I uncle Fumo who said you told me now on Nadia.
Madam is a baby, you may ye pa.
Eh, baby, you may ye pass it and I don't bay.
No, what year now? I don't want my beja one when you are brave.
Yes, many brave.
Say, oh, my beja.
Yes.
Hey, hold on.
Me fair concerts. I may have a my favorite song. Nanko for the and you know your own. Yes. Now you used to go for Saturday for Sunday, which is what to be that.
So you're both favorite
song pa na ma say enkrofo kra ni mo asa ejina jomu
esa
na mia Michael Jackson
odo you bompa ya say
me bompa na mum so bi dey mistake e dan to there from now watch that e be na watch there the 40 days aye ye na ya ba tia sia ka ho.
Anyway, so I think the one dollar rate.
And na menchia spetanie menchia list too. Na yenia agbesi segbe fiasi o mi se otie so chia oni.
Oh, agbesi. No here.
Isa agbesi free say ne papa ba ye. Ne papa yo hunu ba ye no. Ye nhye da hu agbesi course biem.
Oh, and now I was say you answer that bay.
But Bobby Mamemfa Abbas body and comma a year or more in charge of Ghana security before I remember dollar. When him say last week, Akwebi was say your friend no Alanyo say or no ye NDC financier. Emma Asasi be a war Eastern region to phone her baby. Man so train echo far bad boys from Boko.
Oh,
Emma by a bomb rante makumaku enum tuo. Po. Onye so bomb me from omoku omu nyina.
Na so mo ye langat.
Enum, omu ye enum.
But they say omo wu no ye langat. Me no pen na meten wasem.
They are not langas.
Oh.
Omu ye no odwane kope ba bi sheye. And now we say IGP amiate no.
He has meant that he wears almost
uniform
no. And no describe almost some national security for
security.
Ebio ono de yachini.
De yachini no. Or men are was so more uniform.
Ye national security.
How do you nam so ye national security?
No ye juma ye no ye presidential staffer. Ena omi order mi kum sa nipa num no.
Na nipa num no so no.
I think it happened on Friday.
Yeah, last weekend, yeah. Yes. Last weekend, yeah.
Me too kwame and Nana me hu ye. But em say depend no so she e bi she kam.
Nana so mo ye langas kra no a.
You don't have the right.
You don't have the right.
You don't have the right.
No so odwane.
IGP ya chino ama bad boys no kofo from Bokono so mnim so mkofa Kumasi a obi ani mi se sire mu de wa na efa to mo fa central region na akoboko
omo aso
ya chi omo ama akode ati omo de ba e na yi nyina ya chi omo
good
eno na nchen won se na no ba video bi ba vara ma bi a Ghana ni ba bi a na ya kidnapping no na omo do omo ko Nigeria demand for ransom the IGP ene dom
the CID
any Nigerian police or Macabum Army a rescue Munama from whom this said,
yes,
Dampa no, will be who be. Enti, Yera, your own wash as ye. A juvenile shall see no, no call Boko. Dampare rented press in on Cronaban try to do their own things. When I walk away, I will catch them, Mabuni say, Omunya or Makuji. Nasi do recruitment, they be a young recruitment, I cranny Kumasi. We make sure say a bibe ko ho no so anya opportunity na nkofo twisting say oh obe mo special recruitment yenim wa sha sie ye na koso ye na kaswa Millennium City e ho so langa den sam no e wo ho kaswa Millennium City langa den sam no e wo ho o predecessor na ne hu bo mu pa ntina nkofo di nsamfo kaswa ho nom ekunkum krofo form hu di me pacho Yera yohunu ma wona nsi ho na koye adwuma na Nana back
mo say guy your friend is saying
o see your friend Alanyo Alanyo ni di ankasa ho but ni di adodo no adi nim na Alanyo
but you don't have his picture.
Oh, I can get his picture. I can get his picture and his full name krawa ha sa ko we so no no contest NDC primaries no na ka kire nkrofo say oye NDC ni no oye presidential staffer and ono national security de ye fie na so no pe and oye ni din de Samuel Achuforsen aka Alanyo Oni.
Let me see.
Mami Oni, this is the guy.
Also a presidential staffer.
Aye, this is the guy. When I'm at a point also a NDC financier. When a finance NDC.
Oh.
Omukwache no you 1 million. The bribe almost say 1 million or be 2 cars no start to fee at their mom. Ni tikura na yeso manku no. Oh no. You know ka say my jirene den.
Oh,
I'm a bad boys no call for mu free book. Bad boys no more book o mu din sansem fu na o mu hihye kire o mo no call for mas am na nchen.
There be any pa o mo kuma no o mu nyina free. O mu free.
O me Ghana for
like o mu free
as for a crow mu free so na minim but they are all Ghanaians. And I'm ranting or rent or more mudo mu free boku buy media wuni wi ya or mo fa a yes central region akoboku because only some kofa kumasi the obey letting at almost so any akodi na show money na no you all the people pictures na you see.
Oh,
that's one
too bad.
Enti mo
obi ase no say o de alonyo.
Alonyo. I don't know. Na Nana
oh. But oye a dollar CD ne fuel no ene 120 days no na o de ato force ne esiama ene IG edi o we ya de ane edu ya show mfoni
we de crash say a crash eja nine no
oh
hitim no say a crash bi won ma akọ ho no mo a ye wo ma de ene ye wo me ma de na say crash abi
Daniel Addo say boys ni free aburi
yeah.
Oh,
the attorney said, what I know, I didn't want to speak to it because I don't have the blessings of Akunya Kesi. But what I know, they say, na nyamaboni bi koso in eponym. And Nana yes, the mrantie enkohwa
Nana Otobo.
Yes, Jankosi.
Oh,
nti the mrantie a omo krom ho a omo koso omo kohwe de ekoso.
Nina ne se nkrofo afuo asase
omo ye san winning
oje se wo sa anwea esa
omo ye san winning wo ho on ti omo ye san winning the same thing happened and ma botia no de ne ba san winning nti unse san winning no omo koje ebia se bepo na anwea ne wo so a omo di a omo afa ne se asase ne de omo ntoye na emum anwea na omato na emum no okotu anwea se e wo processes e wo so fam na we mu no omo de atutu asem ne akentina wasem na koye enti emabunu ewo krom onom no omo yi ohene asotire na wo se ohene so opo akire na omo ekohwe na anye bia no mfonyine a emrante ne penifo no dia beto nanim no won san kɔ enkotwa ensa manfa mekire ni san so ohene nkonwuram nti omo kɔye no ɛna ɛkɔyɛ sɛ ohene si yɛ mehwe na afi yɛsane atuogu omo so nti me kura de wo sɛ na me ka sɛ omo yɛ 6 nipa 6 na
so asase no kan ɛdan
ɛwɔ aburi ɛhɔ me odin na me refi kakra.
So the issue no is about this guy and the Aburi traditional
yes
authority.
Akwa we say asase no a omosa so anwea no o say eye ono ne dia ena akuafo no omonsa ase wo ho aye se omufuo no e di petition akoma nana ena nana aye se omu hold on kosi se omu besiesie asem na wie enti ademrante ko se omu hwe make sure se Sunwin ne enkoso kosi se omu betna asem no so no ma settle ena no ko e no so ne national security ana no instruct say kill them eni ku omu nyina owie no dwa no ko hye eche bia kufu ado kro
I no free
that will oh
kameka sa lonyo de
lonyo oh no dwa ne ni what sapema na ne fie wo
oh
ano dwane ye ekwohye chebi
me hu video na anope na me hu adwiri me pa but na me nim say o details come from so I was thinking like oh enemy the Sunday penny bi kura
oh ya cho back to the dollar antipa cho monfa esampanyumfo ne me ensamfo ni wo oh ya the pan ni funi ato na ya bo abaso ekura me kan agofa me mu ekura idi na hokwa hwiti mu no eye baako na omo de dua na achem sei enti akire ni ye ma na animu no eye mema na brai wo reja na no so na one oba bi a chese beka so crush on pa onu nu ramu ana sister nu ram ti brad to nyina no ye ne bibia gentle said there be a wongu ni hwani mu ase na nche no be fufuro na sa kwa de me se na ne to ate
o bom papa da
o se masa
body
no ta body Ready? Body ni o se wa se nyamia o ba pese enti we pa cho wonfo ni ngo na o ma ya de mo ma so china bi o ma nyi ni ye ba.
Ato Forson is just doing a fantastic job. Why?
He's doing well.
Nana, me say MPP won.
He's really doing well.
Nipa o 2 MPP for as a political strategist no. And me say be we Jimmy Chain, even the leadership of the party. Now occurs more harm than good. Mahama elusu 2016 election for close to 2 years. Mahama uncriticized and commented anything about the performance of the government.
No, even the NDC leadership were quiet. Even what I say, maybe I'm in Toronto, Mr. What I say, many list to work or car, once some crab, Elko General Mosquito, didn't see why you didn't do. I'm going to say, Omeka Day. Now I'm opposition. Someone allow MPP for no more ebu minor. Say ya okay ya.
TV3 4 reporter on camera. The President Mahama koye event bi and a TV3 reporter approach and say like onka bibi emfa de ekoso o ka chance will be to Ghana for. Because aban bi abaswa there ya international communities o mo na hwe say sumbi be ba no nkro no ba no. Ni aka che so na opposition leaders who gives room
the friend breathing space.
Yes, ma de wa ba no on to na niama. Enti President Mahama between 2017 to 2018 he wasn't not on commenting on national how the government was messing up. Who were co-opposition? But me a new 2 months ago not criticize the government. MPP are co-opposition. Less than 4 months or my demonstrations in you. Last week or my demonstration flopped one, and then or say another flop demonstration. Now the issues are MPP a raising. First, almost galam say. Okateche Kwame a free for a leading member of the MPP. I only about me share the same stage. 2016 they Kufuor share the same stage. 2020.
Okay, papa achievements and I say
Mekaba be sure. To the man penny phone one I mean Magana phone into Mufuni go about Mabaso. Okateche Kwame a free for and Kufuor. yehu NPP national executive, regional executive, constituency executive, police station executive, ministers, MPs, presidential staffers. Our mutu galamsey. One call demonstration. Who are by opposition less than 4 months also hear demonstration against galamsey. The same galamsey demonstration a mabunmi kwaya year before 2024 election. I cheer about 29 of them. Edo mukogum ya bro mu pray promo do mukogum maybe them for even almost a month no. And I will call demonstration. Thankfully, because enya dampare na ye IGP na yohuni na ye IGP ntino. Na no katache demonstration mu koye no. Ya nchi obia, ya mu obia, ya mpra obia. Wo mo di aduane ni nsuo bre wo mo no. Ya mu obia nchi obia nkwa nkotu. Na so ada dampare ya kufu ada dampare. Obi demonstration obi di aduane ni nsuo kekekra bre no ne ye che ne de no kokotu mu. Ye che Ghana mabunu mako 29 do mu kukugu afiase bi di bosome. Ene kire o se esono sebi adwen ene sono nyansa. Esono experience e de ekoso anda kufuado woni wa kwa demonstration. Ye preventing Ghana for enyam na mko demonstration aside ko Bradford abotutu oba ya enkrofo to rem no. Ene under IGP Yohunu NPP for a demonstration mienu ane on record on camera Afenyo market yi ni sabo police ni asu na so yanya ne hwe but minim say dania omo nim say wo say mra ya adwuma say ho na mo anche no a ene the video no akọ viral yewra Yohunu make sure say Afenyo market sa ni suba phone ni suba tantan sa kaka bensem to trasem bonesem wudi wa esa bo huriye moja mpani trimu da upe politician trimu osum na onsuro nipa moja onya nipa moja ohunu sede se bi wo hu sede akwada hu chocolate no a eya Afenyo market sa ni sunu ode te eye okọ we ni ba de oye authorizing crofo e wo honom no enne wabo police ni sutro on live camera me paacha samo ante no a na se obi kobu police ni a na eyemo police fo no na mama kwan si ya assorted police officers ni emfo muni because Afenyo market a kire kwan no some ye demonstration said demonstration about water minim say ene beba so say get to kunu and am demonstration e ho beba ho but talking about the dollar what ba betina Ghana kunya so 8 years e wo mu 96 months ene wo mu over $4 from 4 Ghana cedis. O kono na eye almost 17 Ghana cedis. Ghana 4 year the omobeye empire omobebo ehun akom tene Pentecostal and charismatic for sorry empire omabo nananom nsa omayie said the dollar beba from ni nyina echi no you left dollar almost at 17 Ghana cedis. Ghana for 96 good months. And we predecessor who the can say who success abaye 4 months we reduce dollar from 17 Ghana cedis to 13 Ghana cedis. What it means ni say under ato forcing any esiama every month we are no dollar no mu reduce omo masote e depreciate by 1 Ghana cedis. Now we are kanana agric policies and nyansha scientific in government policies and kasana and scientific in the mere fact say the finance minister making sure say yenye wasteful spending na sika kakra won ye manage no enama dollar no eba from enti by the time I feed Ghana ye bedua sabre kwa financial say edua ye betwa sa anuane na ebeba food import eso beti na government programs ahodo a wode agu akwam he say eye importation so beti no nana by the time I feel obeko na wiye no Ghana yetie ya ebetimenya dollar less than 10 Ghana cedis market on the wall. Yebetimenya dollar less than 10 Ghana cedis. Something that went to me for 96 months anye no. Obi edi just 4 months. Yes adwuma we. And akufuado petrol timi koya meyeto 1 liter 18 Ghana cedis. 1 liter 18 Ghana cedis. Ekoya twemu kodu 22 Ghana cedis per liter.
Yeah, 22.
And liter 12 Ghana cedis. Liter 12 Ghana cedis. Projection just say a back from this year. And now $1 no a 13.8 no. By the time a numerical coach and Ubun's a best dropping.
But the question is it sustainable?
Yes.
That is
Nana, whether a sustainable and not sustainable. Se Kufuor buy no timi fa free for Ghana cedis and or they buy 1 Ghana cedis within 4 months. And Ghana 4 born abaso. Kufuor buy otimi reduce $1. When timi reduce $1. Wo be fire just 4 months. What is so 4 Ghana cedis amene adwadifo e hwan hiha wo mo. Now your position na wo call free abemu just 4 months. So we your political strategy now nim nyansa. What do? You keep quiet. Now what train? NPP force them moya ade moa na mo share that me hye about state properties market na mo hye da ye na mo create artificial security. You keep quiet ko si say aban no be fom na aban no fom aba be didi wo de when aban no ya ade agara for ba na ba so na so be ye o ye kire ti wo say na NPP o ye kire nkrofo anko because nye jimi a nana wako election wo lose you sit from 137 to 88 wo win 2020 election with almost 500,000 and then what lose election over 1.7 million votes. O party for mo say mo party for omo and anto about 2 million. Muntimi nkoye and omo nkotena ase enhwe omo haw. Emo omo nka omo atro en resolve ye. Muzibo ko thank you to na mko ne ko wi ase na akuti ato. Enya 10 NPP mu dentist bebre wom say that latest dentist we pay abronye was say wodi ni nsabe nkum bewura Canada Japan num na ne sen na de no wadwiri ni nyina agu say due to through the thank you to ya discover another dentist from the NPP which is abronye mon kan nwie ye mo party ni de o se make a demonstration so your political strategies are you wait the man ye besa mo cry Ghana fo hi amena menu kase kofa ballot box here meto aba so MPP nya even 8% kwa na enyame because Ghana for na transia hu say mo ba e na mo ye nwe we sent monkeys to do their job emfu nkwakuo enwe aye suma mo sam nkoya no madwuma because na Ghana for be free say abo kwakuo ni adwe emfu omotini so omotimi hopping from one branch to another branch and into no adwuma anoma betumi aye no adwe su betumi aye enom de mamo na mo prove say no you can never send monkeys to do best job because anoma wotimi tu every dua ba akoso kosi dua ba akoso na emo adwe de wontumi nye saa na aban papa ba no toto ne ama obetena se no wo mu masa tie Simonten se wo ye wo ye kire when the dollar echo form now why do you all divert attention and we cannot divert any attention no. We are living the reality they are so come for they are living the reality mam no be the form ko China ko Dubai ko fa niam they are living the reality adaba fo a omo eto petrol private cars commercial cars obi anim how much the high cost of fuel ekum Ghanaian business no and echo form no they themselves they are living reality. And you want to catch Ghana for and nothing can divert Ghanaians' attention. Talking about Mahama 120 days. And then ya obi akwacha Mahama cars mienu. Brand new cars. Were disclosing as a donated cars ni yamfa nkoma aban. And then Mahama say na point is a man declare more assets. Said ye emna date no deadline or share no so ye no. Wo 3 months salary yentua ye de kwa akoto sa fan ne de ba behwe apomode Mahama ke ye de kwa akotum. You can never get this from anywhere. Anti MPP na no beka say exercise futility. One, they are not demonstrating to create any awareness. They are only showing omu solidarity to omu mada tokunu afidie yi no awoko. And no amount of demonstration said the tokunu na kasa kai no you can make or see no amount of the noise. The law
can make all the noises.
You can make all the noise, but the law is the law. Ubet my demonstration biya wope. Get to Tokonu is never going back to the bench as a chief justice or even the Supreme Court judge. We na juma. Oko Nana Addo ba kwe many can say. MPP for say the judiciary is under siege. Now I say coming mami kabia mamono na I say. na sometimes
no anyway no
and come the bottle na me jema ma mo fa and me jam ho akontem na me jama mo fa no afa de aka nyina me fa 10% na me 90% nyina na essence aboa bia bedi waduane a eya enye ya se kwakua ne nsa hia sekan odi waduane a eya papa because kwakuo ne nsa ye ma ye 5 said the nipa de tie no a enti ya na eya na abufu na ehi se ye nipa ye de sika ye nsa be so sika ma do edua bro na kwakuo si dua so hwe ye do no wo hwe ye dua no wo hwe abro ni ye do ase no wo hwe enyi obebu awe mreko a wono ne nsa hia sekan a wono senko obi akura be kasa na nkanye NPP for say judiciary are say really you and the NPP momo penso and a whole judge or painful or bar painful teenager mo wodi asem already mo bad boys Delta Force etumi akọ bu security coordinator
they come me economic aspects we discussing different. I think I will have a very good show. Ya kanin na abomu a ukasa it
of a maybe yes here list of the oyade
no say ya say o ya kanin na abomu a ya kan nya
list is any open no
say pictures no go na o ka demonstration
ona na say yawie yawie ho list is any open no afra sa ana wa
afra hine wo ho
ayo to aso oba pim for a charge o teenager already makwa akobo regional security coordinator ene de makwa akogina court edimu kogina court wa na munua no masa akọ vandalize court sorti oba pim for a judge she has to run for her life muwie a na masa bribe the same judiciary no before cry ebedi masa munum sa mko court ne ebe fine mu 1008 na wuntumi akọpẹ 1008 amamu de ahye no botom judge nya pronounce judgment say I fine mo you are hereby fine 1008 na no matum botom ma iska mo kwa kotua first of all we the counterfeit akoto wi our court down any achewo wakobu security coordinator ye do court so akwa sort court as vandalize court. This thing happened under NPP. Nobody condemned. Nemum de Kufuado here and say even before cry bedi o masem na Kufuado can say they have shown remorse. Omache nu under NPP. Kennedy Japan and upper president edi. I say in ade nko an egu nanum abronye the dentist oba betwini nyina egu enche. Etimi hwe high court judge anim edi na attempt threatening life. The we ask you no high court judge need din attempt threatening life no. Onu mo be ye victim to justice. I we ask you no the eni ne boa. E transfer sa judge ne kura fi sa case ni so am eni nasem. E ma Kennedy Japan fa no hu die. Sa nya ma we nyina si. You never say judiciary was under attack. And holding the chief justice to account. Holding her accountable before law. Before the law, you hit history to say we a demonstration. Ye koka nano Professor Kojoyanka, former minister and I think Rollins, no education minister. Nana Money. So kind of AUCC, Nyanka, or Nankasa, Nano or Tro, write ups be very beautiful. Who read it out to say yes, I'm inside no Trono. But Prof, I disagree with you. That's more can you answer, touch not my anointed. Because get to Tokonu your bar. Now you set a bad precedent. Prof, I disagree with you 1,000 times. Yeah, go and read.
Oh my God.
Say get to Tokonu your bar.
How low? How low?
Yes, sir. You victimize a ma. Now for Supreme Court. A year a judge for na betina mo a ma woman cry just 13%. Enti President Mahama should take his hands off get to Tokonu. Prof, again, I disagree with you. And I know someone who kind now was born out of your personal relationship you have with get to Tokonu. Because when Chregana Mrao Bebia and one any precedence bia a say Mamina ya desi say we under 1992 constitution, rule of law, and no one is above the law. And he who asks for equity must come with clean hands. Won't mean na a year a kunya taxpayers etua de ama wo and show rope and show gun and na and be makeup and kikacha lawyer for say sit down because you don't want to hear them speaking. We are no jeli obi kunu so nko dem fiase because nipa na practice I corrupt and as we breach Ghana law. Now you yourself no we are corporate. No. 2015 Samo kan Loretta Lamte Shrad Sabron na your boss. Ye throw petition the command President Mahama Sabron na president. Sem maame no ayi su public fund Ghana for sika 182,000 what they are then what they are called renovate official residence eya bind dia what they are called renovate no team 182,000 Ghana to the President Mahama Yinedi. Sabron yante Professor Yanka Yante NPP for obi anka se maame ni oba na President Mahama etu sa na mo no oba no odi nani Yante Professor Yanka 2017-2018 Charlotte said ni baby we akete ete yes nkofo be throw petition eda come president Charlotte says oh president me part mo ma me copy of the petition I want to know kwado e dey abo me yes da ye ma ye dey come my petition no come chief justice Sabre so for Yakufu and no to be na no ka say the current constitution no the process they appointed the chief justice and the process they remove the chief justice no enya fair but the same yes for Yakufu wano and Akufu ado man back pass ebra ye petition against NPP for nankasa tena Jubilee House etro petition and the command no say onyi Charlotte Osei when Charlotte say requesting from then chief justice to for Yakufu and all talking about fairness no or catch Charlotte says oh kawanutum don't worry everything will be okay while many petition be they never gave her opportunity to even see or witness or even not to talk about providing evidence and answer on another side of the story like the President Mahama and the man get to Kununu. We Charlotte Osei Yante Professor Yanka Yante wonka anase Charlotte Osei na wuni so ebema Yante wonka condemning that act. You never wrote anything. Ekatre Ghana for say touch not my anointed. Charlotte Osei oba Loretta Lamte no oba ni nyina two president Mahama yi Loretta Lamte di Akufo de be yi Charlotte Osei di one tromu bia ene du nua so dia o ka che President Mahama say onyi ni sa off no say President Mahama taking the hands off and making sure say get to Tokunu sa betra on ma ye ni Ghana for you be push for the impeachment of President Mahama so ma get to Tokunu
no, but
chief justice President Mahama ni be
it depends on the findings
now what is findings in say
because
findings in say Loretta Lamte expended taxpayers money 182,000 at the renovating official residence ye the same Mahama the yinedi uko forget to Tokonu on one person response or try to come president waje to say yes what the one person ba replacing the bodyguard Emma trip wa a year official no what diverted the coin unofficial Emma Ghana is spending 109,000 Ghana cedis I want the back plane ticket to pay 101.9 billion old cedis and what she was the Ghana taxpayers money $10,000 Editria or no Casaneba a year per diem,
which was 170,000.
170,000 plus 109,000. Is it not over 269,000? Now, one no Loretta Lamte 182,000 yinedi. Now, who do I spend the taxpayers' money? I will see taxpayers' money 279,000 a year amount now because when I want fair. And I said because na we ship and I said because when I said you brought for there who kunu to kwa Rwanda na o de o man Ghana tika e na twa plane ticket amano because who kunu na o ne be man were several years no say bosumi bi ankra man per dia man ka be twa 6,000 di amano just because we do a check for one trip akotwiw and intini for Ghana a taxpayers money is $6,000 and twa ne ka because what play outside home it is $6,000 wo dia kwa kutia nka yema mfa huni and to confirm I mean anka the response or the buy no wa admit it and you have been a car wa admit it now which part of the constitution and the MP before some demonstration Afenyo making a lawyer NPP general secretary or a lawyer akwaya say bi wo wuru say apotra wa many poison DJ Caleb or see a lawyer woman nyina kasa ye which of them enatimi akoti the any act of the law or the constitution a chere say President Mahama
criminologist
mo
the criminal
also a lawyer o matimi a chere which part of the act or the constitution President Mahama breach aso mo ka nyina say or your bar yeah but after that Afenyo market crash say yenya sa politics of retaliation obese tit for tat tit for tat enye why should there be a tit in the first place if
why
there's
not,
a tit
why not tat
if there's a tit then there should be tat anything that's a tit for tat say judges na President Mahama appoint to amono yeah ba see somebody who for no be president for just 8 years appoint to over 14 justices to the Supreme Court I been see that NPP for Haley to the extent say Chief Justice a Supreme Court judges ni be crown call a retirement in my vacancy my no now Kufuado was still appointing people to be on a standby and the NPP is complaining because Mahama nominated 7 Supreme Court justices the same NPP say a yeba power yansu yebe sake CJPR President Mahama ebe yino now jai afa okay and to say Ghana for be some mistake in ama wakwanya mo aba no we are firing you. It's Mahama's time to fire, so allow Mahama to fire and you fire everybody. So Ghana for your mistake esa the 2 mawa and ababe the why no see Nana there are things for you never lost adia ya wodia e kokokokokoko be you aboboa no na see adia ya abo achechide dia no krama tumirika upan otwamuko achechide ba befa no odeko uko Supreme Court wa Justice Bafu Boni that's one of the senior most judge our even under a year I can't say Georgina Wood Justice Etuguba no the senior most Ubeka 2013 Supreme Court verdict election verdict case no na Etuguba na net na so wo ba ya where you penifo nyina afi ho at a point you threaten Papa no kwasa on resign because 2013 ebra modem nsem ko court about me akotra that come say you and I were not there no one vote ama wakufa na be president you were threatening Justice Bafuboni to resign one resign to no Nigeria due process I will go through just the due promotion edu no one promoting ma many da and one the nyame aye akufu ado ko position people ko position just 4 months and ne Justice Bafuboni is the acting Chief Justice Nigeria and a prison for nyina mpanyifo you see what unde nyakopo to me and the MPP just to sit down and enjoy how Kama is serving the same dose the more for and some MPP some demonstration is within their kind of constitutional right because in Ghana's political history there's no single political party organizing demonstration more than MPP. The MPP demonstration omo ya de pa Ray omanisi na biri omo Afenyo omo befa afa gebe omo titi kufu fro and the demonstration pa omo nkɔ ne ne omo run 24-hour economy we kɔ ne ochana obi akɔ you can demonstrate you can do whatever you want to do get to Tokonu is never going back to the bench get to Tokonu she is fired get to Tokonu side the Ghana foka she will be set charge and so long as I know said level e wo hore de say sika no de man ni kunu says cannot the man but for doing nothing for Ghana no she will be set charged she will be made to pay that money in MPP before BBR says Ghana no ba omi adema omo can Japan so the amount no omo reserve be so omo da get to no omo penasem pa so omo national women organizer omo reserve says Ghana say committee ni omo adwuma wi a that amount na be set charge ni say won tua no omo de says Ghana e de ama no and Ghana Bar Association and so be a woman and the Ghana Bar Association what is constitutional and the unconstitutional when is not within their powers. Who has the power in Ghana to determine what is constitutional and what is unconstitutional is the Supreme Court. And then NPP member, our no corporate presidential, or no Ankasakra, or J. Bird, our chain, Joe Gatti, our no $2 million, I couldn't ho, Nigeria, and a year Ghana Bar Association president, and on no catcher Ghana for say, the president, I know a unconstitutional. Constitution fines no British so want to mention. Nana, it will make a lot of sense.
Don't you wonder why some of these people are lawyers?
Yeah. Nana, it will make a lot of sense. Say, wa kranyama, a unim so nyama worship so eba. Obekwa ko gina Kutuka Airport Terminal 3. Na wa twen wo ship. Say ba be gina Terminal 3 no you nyama. It will make a lot of sense than to waste your time and hope say get through Tokonu after suspension no. She will be restored. She will never be restored. Name more the Ghana Foka. And Timwa, Makwaje Parian for and then people so many demos, so many 5 political parties. 5 political parties is why a woman be me free original studios never. Kufia Palu demonstration just 1 hour demonstration. I bet that original TV studio that or that hot I'm so brow who are control that one because this is eternity. Yeah, eternity.
Ano kwasia we
yes, eternity. Say Afenyo and all be breath.
And go for pa there. Oma like you.
What do you think they should do?
Anyway.
Say offer. Me jam ho. Na.
All right, thank you. Mamembo we Soya Ransom Education Center. Na Nebeka a Ransom Education Center was much papa. Omo Eden she for crab a ya a bebwa or mount for papa. Na ye no eye and she say ya a wolf 42 the percent mutie ni ye na mo hyene nso na mo de ebobra meba echi na now
I'm fa kunya iso na mentie tiefo
is it say dollar na atitu su
say no de ya ne say wa wo de dollar ko sie no
fu anu so mu aye kama
wa wo de dollar ko sie no
ajongo
wa wo de dollar ko sie no na say no usika no esoti
e ka bafie
skana he
ka ba thank you and down no
na Abraham, I mean, chia a tearful now, may more about should be made so away. Say, Nebana, you were very loud out there.
Okay.
Interview, no, man who nipa, the last interview before. Musa Dankwa.
Yes.
I think he has lived up to expectation. And he is doing very diligent job at Bebuama. My peri come on. So far no I say so any analysis now he has been very candid to the core of the duty call because most often you say so okoye obi a oye researcher na oma oho kwan ma amayosemu the duty na afeye ko base obi amayosemu dignity na o kire say ya o hwa to say the then poster benefit
yeah
say the be an afuhwe no ho ana oboko ti afubohwe
Obokosa
ade ye nkoye na oguso no obo nkoye no oguso obo nti akyire no you say enguase ne ye kese but this one he has been very technical and making sure say all the methodologies are used so no o mani lay bare to the general public say na be ya wo ya office e bia wo so pese wo ye bibia e betima contradicting it. I mean if you pull the questionnaire to the general public now if you have a contrary view let it be expressed and oftentimes social media activity he does not allow for people to he freely allows for people to vent their opinions, even on his pages. You know, I think largely he has lived up to expectation. Now the findings no back up about the question as to say John Mahama direction. The Koyi and answer in Koyi. Or 62, eh?
Yeah, 62.
62.
Yeah, 62.
And at 23 say Omodio Nkoye.
Yeah.
So it tells you that Kwasia will mind still. It doesn't tell any bad. It just that I was here who say send a chronocrack and say any hunam ni moja nenya no. Any we mo to for be dom kabritre. So fudo de dia ka be so so.
Sir.
Na mama omo hu say enye eni anyansafo nkwa ne timan. Na yene nkwasiafo ne adimifo eneti. Nti say ubu man na sabi. Ohu say sabi o. Bodamini kra ka ho bi ewo wo memu hihye mu a. Ewo say utimi ede ne omagu nsani ani na sabi bodamini so nya ne so chefa. Nti I think say largely no. The research findings now menya a better appreciation and understanding of why I was even in less than 120 days we have had 2 demonstrations from the outgone and the defunct New Patriotic Party. And I think so far it's increasing our credentials as a democratic state so far, because we penny demonstrations are Akosua from the last time I checked 8 years and no about 10 years now, or if not say John Mahama 2016, so yeah, 8 years of Akosua. Yeah. We didn't see any such democratic dispensation. And you know, Barbara, it brings to therefore a very topical issue as to why you think demonstration be cry was a cause. Me shall see if you told the Abasso. Yeah. Now you want me to start from
no baby I would the baby for you,
Barbara. And then my interview 6 from Manapa. First questioner, the first interview, you know. Now, may answer was to, or may analyze was about, is there a need for a demonstration? Alright, I said no, and ended up saying yes, because my no is to the effect that BBBA nipa da sani bia no ubeteki upon yourself. There should be a course. What you say? Now, say we NPP ni, and I say we executive or whatever. Now, one call for no say munko demonstration. I was so unya bibi catchless uncle for no. Alright, I can assure you, say, or more ebo chenku ne no. If I can say na no. Enye tokonunti no mo call demonstration no. Because me wo NPP for platforms best 6 episode. Na free time omo can say omo call demonstration. Ena omo din komo.
Our platform.
Now I'm an observer. I use a different number.
Yeah.
So I'm just an observer. I can't comment. Because any comment from me will get me out. So I was monitoring, especially the ones that has the friend is saying, MPs. No, they were bantering, they were fighting. Most of them were not of the view, say, here.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm afraid.
No, but even as at this morning, Omo no mo jijiska kakra free omo no mo de aboa no e be decide say they won't
help. Yeah. Now, Pabra enye tokonu nti no mo call demonstration. They ended up discussing say the way our party, any bad press in the past, very recent past year, over this, thank you, Ton. I was almost shaky on Mokakrama. They didn't know. We no be kataso. Because bad press now, can I Japan, no money when a bano. A more, enya a very bad and unwarranted name. Tiano near one. Two, unse obi or executive CCR. Now or try say or better a maintaining the executive position. And now say obi or no executive outgone executive. They said John Boadu no. Almost so use way as a platform to get people to to launch themselves around. Entino enye tokonuntina omoko demonstration because nothing about tokonu discussion from the NPP makes sense. Nothing about them. Now, the most discussed topic or question are begging for answers. The fact that Obi Ebusa say why Tokonu? Answer that question,
Yeah.
Say Adena ebi kura timi kura kan kodu say or your banti. Obi suit me kan kodu say I say because oye chief justice the position ne eson nti ne ni kwan say this aye no on say kwabrada bia me catch you say obi a owo wiase we mu a oji democracy di bia no onje class system ndi stratification sociologists are friend on say mimi bu me ho say me educated nti because of my education, me nipa chen obi a onye educated and now say be a or illiterate. In the face or before democracy, when we all go before democracy will insult the one who sees himself as superior to the other. Because where you better appreciate democracy to the core, only one arena where we find election allowing for the professor to cast one ballot as a power will also cast one ballot. And when you define the idea of equality before the law, then so we hear the framers or the omo propounded the theories of democracy. Omoma Ghana. We are seeing to say democracy and believe in class system. And they say, Hora, who achieve justice are sebi manusi sumina so on tangas. Sebi. We achieve justice are unyo bia. You are just as ordinary as Listo was sitting here. You are nobody. I will say etimi ekoni pakoko notumu. Just as you see, do you know why I love John Mahama? The reason why I love John Mahama is not because of Sebi na ho frada ni bibia. It's because of how or Brennan was. Even he may not be fair sometimes. He may not be right. He's human. But the way he approaches issues, the way he finds himself in that seat as a servant and not a master, it gives me some form of joy, and I'm always elated when I find him around. What must I say? That's the only reason why maybe that's maybe Adiana main person may discuss it publicly, but I think it's good for the public. Because Semine John Mahama na minya sa vote ya ebi anka by now no enka me ye de mesia konkon enka me sorry no pa bia anka be se ma tweeting kwasi asempa the NPP. But look at how he even finds himself, like he expresses even a feeling with a certain form of ahobrasia edu ba bia na I say
now we say me and mebu NPP office no see asalam da mebu agu na mo de me akọ the Hague.
Simple.
Ade be chine dining jail from.
But this is a man.
Allah.
Of finding who say I'm a servant. Into no me ya me nkoa adwuma. Now, obetimi kan no aka say a whole chief justice. Do they understand that a whole chief justice means that the petitioners are fools? Or that the president is just playing buffoonery around? Who is he? And then me analysis free sa unuya Jimmy Fui. You know Anyagba. Adeya. Chief Justice no. When you na swear John Mahama in. I hear about what Jimmy say.
So
it is a lot of saying you na can say Kufuor arena.
So
I don't know my Jimmy make us so be Jimmy akwabna. I don't mean to.
You know what they are doing? They are just playing to the gallery, to the ordinary people on pressure amount for emotions. Mitie menu mienu ofa kwabna Japan. One Obi. Ana Obi busa ofa kwabna say. Adebe pa na President Mahama outside the law. Any within the remits of the law. Also, not the law not there, but you see, the president could have just looked at the petition.
Could have
now or show petition.
Wait, judge Nibao. Wait. Now we papa ya kobo ni tuo kunu. We are anya wo fa maybe me nua penny no. But wait. Papa ya omkobo ni tuo ya ye dia kosi ayi we. Wo dey kasa wi.
Now the president could have looked at the petition no.
Could have.
Now or show petition no more. And obi say but say petition wo hwe mu wie no. It's not like o hwe mu wie no take a decision. O hwe mu wie no. Odema a friend say
onu na futufoɔ
na futufoɔ
council of state
need to look at it and omna dey a futuo no buy also so the point is even looking at the issues and thinking say issues no gravitas into what the command council of state in Crown was wrong and on his own he could have decided Charlie, we know there. Emu said that. I know Obi Busan. Okay, so on pointy idea one woman who feel say idea we know in body water.
Yes.
And therefore it doesn't warrant any investigations. Then they can have better discussions. And some know the TA.
Alright. Me can say there is nothing NPP making sense. There is nothing. Oh, Edu baby, na can na could trim of Kufuor dying, but I think I have to be very blunt. Not even him makes sense. Not even President Kufuor makes sense.
Yeah, let me ask you this question. Almost said that say omumbu NDC for na say
omumu Ghana for who they can NDC na say NDC for na krono mo omumu omo
because maybe
because how we NDC ni no be kan kwase asem we kire wo a e wo so hu so waka kire so wagimi in your face. It was also catching so one no Jimmy. And this is for now, they are the problem unto themselves. And this is for because Kwana, Metiviase, Utiviase, the new young the school, what bon. I've heard you do a mayo coma, also call NPP into Unim Yansa. Unima dear, now come what's no worry. That be no worry, school, no worry. Now we end this in now to can't only understand what bon. Then you know a problem. Oh, omu NDC for emu Ghana for. Omu NDC for ne say omu ye as useless riffraffs bi. And NDC for no so ntimi nkeka bi nkyira omu. Anytime bia mehia even the oya kwala wo mu oya lawyer ni te say Sami Jamfi. Any NDC MPP ni a oya lawyer ni a oya akuku dam.
Sami Jamfi. Sami Jamfi onim nyansa nkyɛn sa akokoro okujeto no.
P Oh, come on, cry say would you acquire Rebecca say no power way. What dear father, almost see what your lawyer near our bane. Eduji, onim nyansa nkyɛn kwasie ye obedi attorney general. Jimmy MPP ni lawyer be anywhere onim now. They only know the judges. Onim how to pay bribe. They will bribe their ways through to secure or procure judgment. And that's That's just about it. They have no legal knowledge. They don't make sense. Law. Didn't you see ignorance of the law is no excuse, no? Those that made law the fundamental pillar of society, no, they made it so much so that you don't have to go to Harvard to understand law. Because yes, men Korea, the Korea, the Ubeko, Judge, and Imam and Wako to Fiase. Pabna, where is so just a Harvard? And don't you see ignorance is no excuse. But if you intentionally, foolishly become so ignoramus, like the NPP is behaving now, I mean, you don't have to mince the words telling them they are fools. You don't have to.
Can you?
Because Papa no Tiejemuno, you just recently had a Kufuadua or Mumra, and so a lawyer, very lawless lawyer, as president. Our no crumple yet me be bail. Nani Pakwana Yamani bail no. Yakachan say, omiti conditions be. Conditions no matter how huge the conditions were no. Sebi. And you ubetimi akache me say kwabna. Pa foko. Ya onenam wiase. Ontimi ma self recognizance bail.
Oh how?
Na in law no so obi they say me aminu aboni din kwabra Japan. Oye obi a wo society mu asabi wakoya ade bi na enye kra na wodi ne call police station a ono akra betima asan bail ama ne ho because oye obi a the society knows. Say Crampo they are in law and crowd say once Google knows you, you can sign a bail condition. Internationally, that is what is striving.
I see.
Because obi a Google ni mu biano, I bet me identify say, oh, Papa Weni, oh, way, oh, Kwabra Bobie answer, oh, uboni di say Google mu kra Google bet me in the pictures amount. Such persons no, enya dia omu kwa ko hinta wo ba bia. Asema ye ken. So class system no NPP for say they are trying to make people feel say Chief Justice no or is superior to the laws of this country.
Yeah.
Into no the oye boni a yenka.
Yeah.
Who is he? That be talk on wine. Who is he?
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know see me move because who move. Who am a servant? Who am a me myself say Chief Justice. Once you wear that robe no, you are my slave. You are my servant. Me am your master, no. Ghana ni na your master. And nothing that the preamble of the Constitution spelled it clearly. It's the people that wield the power. They say John Mahama or Tiejemino. Onye on Lord ni who over us so. Oye Yakuwa penny. The man penny in the title no. He presides over as the chief servant of this republic. Until you find yourself in that set, thinking that you are the Lord over us, makes you be the fool that Akufo-Addo was. Who are president? Who are kwa? Who are some? Who for constitution now? Who can off of office no? And then how can who say you serve? Did you say you Lord? Who Jimmy and the Momo Jesano? And then the man NPP need Jane say. Chief Justice say, hey, when you pakasio, so what? Or did you say you on koya neso? And now no kwa space bia.
No, but framers of the law in the Ansah and the extra processes. Say Chief Justice Abram Raswa and common processes be in constitution numa allows it me Chief Justice. And that's one as a Chief Justice about them one.
No, Mrs. Sebi. Or he kura was shy ya dear sir. Or person will be one yet to know. Or he cry to know. No, who are term of office. I mean, how fools play sometimes. And the mom did do my term. But I want them to use their gumption. Say we are now to stop living in a fool's paradise, thinking that who your nipache will be and now will be your nipache will be. But them in the crown on young we and I said, on your funo, or your pep before the law. No, but them in fact, your combo between us, yeah,
Mamma, sad day we now cast him, yes, sometimes. Or no to be suma boys mom called judge.
Yes.
Because NDC and young demonstration.
Yes.
NDC
yes
and TNC Chrome thinking that a system mishap and we should try. Yeah, we should try and fix
it.
Yeah, and adjust to it. NDC anye hey biase Yakobo judge ya and just imagine say under NDC near say boys be NDC for akọ judge. I mean, you can imagine the kind of noise.
Yes.
And that is where I have a problem. Yeah. Because sad demonstration way any sad day way. Yes, Obeka se jawo Akaho is in history forever and ever.
Yes.
Well, omni ye bi no. Also all of a sudden omni dey no so akata. That is say NPP Jimmy Kura no. Ehunu say.
And na NDC for was. Because NDC no, o ma yo mo holier than thou obi. Ye dey yempe ho asem. Omo na enye omo asem. O dey me omo nka. Sa na NPP wo position a before 2016 election. Omo kontokwa, omo dutwa omo ho ma, omo yesei, omo fa ha, kontima afedru baby, yesi onkofo de etua kogu omo headquarters. Ni nyina NDC o we de omo na enye omo ntokwa. Abrakai.
Yeah.
Sabre no ni e ka che NDC for say democracy mu na mo wo no. Enkofo yi bese no. Me ya na maye, eni me nya anye. Ena ekonante.
Can you just slap a policeman?
Na ya jano no ni nam ho. So listo won kwa koye bi pe. Ube hu anu e be sori agume so. Hwe se obi ti studio pe e ka na asem. Yesi wakoye mu ntie 3. Ni achi omo de omo akoto sawem.
How can you slap a policeman?
When John Mahama was the president, you saw the need. Say no there. Oh, and no crampo when John Mahama signed their pardon. They had a beef.
How can you slap a policeman?
What am I say? They had a beef.
How?
Look at the professionalism police for over the last okatachie die. Nehwe the
Yankrofo okatachie esise omuntare si abonten.
Now wait.
And the normal demonstration is
hooliganism. Hooliganism.
And yes, be our be intimi ntia wo mu. Me say me security for we can sign am catch am so omunja.
They should leave them.
They should leave them. Because when we ya o di ahomete be di nipa na chi no adibone. E be wi ase na afi de wanu. Why should you stay in a system and think say you Akufo-Addo Bawumia will allow you to do this kind of demonstration?
What you say?
No, police need.
Oh yeah, wait me aka. Why won't you say it?
I was shocked. We are mobile ball. I was like
away no. Okay, can't say we no. Na police for no tia no with the minimum force. And catch bi no. Next time we be no okay come here mobile ball. Because you see where some of these things are allowed to fester no. Pabla, it's
dangerous to our democracy.
Yes. We say no. E ka wunya video na me for my petition. Say yantina me small kwa organize boys am yakobro
me video no ho na e ma bufu se me bo wan hwa na manu akopa
what you say me say me because say be case no me smart tewa na matete ma high boys ni ababu
how
ya buwa next time no won't me ko jina bedwam ko 13 police ni bi
how
on it me yan kwabra demonstration be na yanye but
won't be more police
yo didn't I have issues with Dampare? I had issues with Dampare because he was on the wrong side of the law. What was your basis? My basis was clear. Your demonstration made sense. There was none that didn't make sense. This very one, like I said, they want to showcase themselves for their next elections. And you know, demonstration, omo call for no so my dream more. NPP supported Biana Dreamoha. And you know, so who say, hey, Nana be munina by, hey, any omo yadio. What I say?
Omo high ni pa
oh, unim come try.
Ama guy back joy news for Busan say there was one who jire baby okoto do kunu se dey no friend so mra meje eye placard na on fanante.
Ono so ebenya kakra di. This can still let us social mo.
Now,
Kwara, let's go into the nitty-gritties of why they have decided to do this demonstration. Aside from their main selfish interest and other, Kwara, it will interest you to know, say you wo no we via bensika. Ena ene nipa wo de wo ho atone so. Yeah, yes, no man can do any who to nipa so. The throne say no me enka NPP ni ode ne ho to tokonu so amen
Amen.
And I would do what to tokonu so say because Akufo-Addo packed the courts from the Supreme Court to the Appeals Court to all the other high courts and circuit courts and all those places. Ama abeye say NDC aba abemu say sika yewia because we created a syndicate and included the judiciary and its justices or magistrates no say we sika no woni judge for ni die anasa woni omu edie enti no the syndicate na Akufo-Addo create here na aposifo wom a lawyer for wom a judge for wom enti no se CI na yesi aboa no nye twa ne ti ade aka nyina ya ahoma no ne ti no e kɔ no obi ehu se ene e nyina ya tu betwi enti ene yesi aboa bi ebewu a opre a moma yen sase ne yen pre na bi ana we de ye pre a na akoye se ye pre eti na nyame aye yadom anya sa akwabna ese obu so mo question sa one question no one can give you an answer enti tokonu na okɔ no obia hu ne se we no kra de enye NDC ni na akoye petition enye NPP ni na akoye enye obia na akoye petition. There is nothing political about this petition. Akwakoye onuane misconduct. Akwakoye onuane misbehavior. Now, kwabra, every servant has a certain behavior. I was say, as a servant and a public servant for that matter. Untimi and behave say wa because sum a dom. Enti akoba say maame no ensem saying na hosini bi atro another petitioner watro ne travels akoto eye omampani anim na yabo akira eye council of state no a omo no ye empanifo akukuda mo omo na ye omampani afutufo out of 31 no yasi nipa 30 say there be omampani asemu ehu behia se obehwehwem na abedwakuo no omo hwehwem ba ko pe ana oka council of state mu a yesi ose ono de oni vote because ofi say ensem ni bi wo ho a enya yi oma amoni din de but me manisa ma mi so fa yakufu of course because wa ba bontia be kan sem bi a se me de ne nsem no eye nyinaso e de abu nkonta abu enkompa hwemachi a ono ene bi a waye na adwen se opese se de emramu ono so any right o ka se wa recuse ne ho fine council of state no abra pacho eye NDC for na council of state members are because ye biemu so wo bia nko na nko to aba me kan in the case of Ansah Boadu o yes wo okọ ye nanim hantwo nanim aguase poto first ayina almost say so mo to no ana yes Ansah Boadu si wo obere ne ana ntokwa baaye eso akofa boys bi na ono ede boys ni begina ho say boys na okofa o mo nso so no NDC for kakra e kan ho ena o mo disappointed no ena afi yesa akoto abane foforo na team keja Ansah Boadu mpacho o NPP ni ana o NDC
o NPP ni
enti no say wa ko na wo party for akọ election ni bi no wa lusu na ebia because in the case of Ashanti region and I'll bet me aka say obi mpe meboa na oro obi mpe sebi oye man on his own no enye ne don't they know how obi mpe criticizes John Mahama when he doesn't feel good? He does, because he's a man of his own, he's a man of his word. And you know oye obi a sebi even if you find him NDC or can adwen papa na onye ofutufo bone a sebi okoye Ahitofel David ekobompa ye say radema Ahitofel nyansa ne nyankwase asem meboa ana o matu ɔmo raf ɛna afutuo no wagina so ɛna wɔde apaw abadwakuo na wo ɛnura na wo yɛ ani yɛ tuufo sɛ Akufo Addo sɛbi ɛnane afunu mu wɔ bɔbko nwum na enkodidi nwie mɛka nkwasi asɛm kyerɛ Ghanafoɔ ɛfa domlevu asɛm ho no
unim deɛ me ya when they feel like Akufo Addo no etimi take decisions omo pɛ
yes
John Mahama needs her right no yanuna
that's why
mama kuma me ho me te
wherever you find me insult somebody is because ofili so yenipa chen obi and I will insult you. I don't care. Ope kra kaselisto wo mu ade me mfa ho me mpese me bu me mumwa me bu nipa obi o ye nipa odi na adwenedwene etu hwe Akufo Addo anim hwe Akufo Addo wei na hwe Dwamahama hwan na o ye nipa wo de wow se wo kɔ ne yesi kɔfa nipa ba ko free omu mienu mu a hwan na abefa no a wo de se Akufo Addo wei do see wei onu ye nipa Dwamahama de onu nya nipa Dwamahama hwe na monyam wei wo de kɔtoto dunsini wei ho wanu so ye nipa Akufo Addo wo hwe de wo de ye saloto sai.
You see, that is why
that
is why I not me feel say NDC they should crush them.
No, you see, and you see, dear, hey, me makasa, my bread, me kabiem.